Ladies and gentlemen, this is Talkaoke. This is the democratic talk show of the people. This is your chance to come and voice your opinions. Did you enjoy the show?
I did. I enjoyed it much more than I thought I was going to. Yes.
Oh, really?
It's an incredibly complex issue, and I think they did create characters, and I like the way that we went from kind of different characters and then we were reintroduced to them again, and actually...
It's good to be reminded about these things. You know, normally day to day, you forget about these things. In the back of your mind, it just happens.
I enjoyed it because it was it wasn't interactive, but it made me feel that I was, part of it. I was in there.
Okay.
Especially towards the ending when all the papers came down, everything was just so amazing.
So as a piece of theatre, you really enjoyed it. So you felt engaged with that as a bit of theatre.
It's amazing!
Really? What did you like about it?
Everything.
Okay, you were moved by it.
It was just brilliant.
I thought the production was fantastic, actually.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. It was really said a lot of things, and it was really compact information. And we felt, but this is my friend, and we were saying we felt emotionally involved in it as well.
Yeah.
But I still think there was only like one or two scientists' opinions, and I needed a few more of those.
Yeah.
It was absolutely brilliant, very provocative.
Okay.
Very refreshing, very conflicted, very human, not David Hare. We weren't talked to. Brilliant.
Well, I thought the fact that it was so dramatically represented made it quite moving to watch, so yeah.
So you were engaged with it as a narrative, as a piece of theatre?
Right, no, it made me think about the subject because of the way it was portrayed.
I was expecting it to be a bit dull.
Yep.
And it wasn't at all. It was enthralling and gripping. And
it actually kept you engaged. That's brilliant. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was good the way that they broke the fourth wall the whole time, speaking to the audience directly, direct audience address. So I enjoyed that, and it was it connected with the audience in the way like the paper came out at the end. I thought it was very effective.
Yeah.
I like the personal stories that they portrayed. It made it more in-depth and you to be able to identify with characters.
Characters make a story, characters in the play make a story, but I felt that these facts could have been humanised by a much more intimate story, because I didn't feel when I left the show that I was moved by what I saw.
Okay.
I think it was absolutely brilliant. I think it illuminated every aspect of the argument.
Yeah.
And made it entertaining and fun and a good evening.
Well, I don't go to the theatre that often, and I don't know much about climate change, or didn't before today, but it was achingly PC, wasn't it, from start to finish?
Too PC?
Painful.
Yeah. I thought it was just showed the absolute inability to deal with the problem. And that's great. I thought it was complex, it was difficult, it was hard to get grips with, but that's what it's like.
Yeah.
And I thought it was quite good, actually.
And what do you think about this idea that it was just kind of like a PC, kind of like green, there's a flood of green propaganda coming onto the audience?
I don't know why we have to look at it through any particular frame of reference.
Yeah.
There it is. It's an attempt to tackle, it's an attempt to put on the stage our inability to deal with a massive global problem.
Okay.
It was very engaging, I think, and very powerful.
Yeah.
It was full, which is great for the South Bank. They took the mickey out of the South Bank themselves, the actress in it. And we were all there and have all come away with something.
I said it wasn't really bold enough. Some of the issues were, I didn't quite get what
they were a
were
bit wishy-washy about it.
I didn't quite get it. I thought, well, what's that all about?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was a very complex subject which reflected that. I thought the Copenhagen climate change talks were done beautifully. I liked the polar bear. I thought the whole thing was very, very good indeed. Lots to think about, and I shall be reflecting on that over the next day or two.
I think it seems crazy to look to this play for answers to these problems. Because the science is still coming. I think what's important is that it's raising the issue, and I thought one of the biggest issues in the play, which wasn't really talked about, was that people aren't thinking about it.
I don't think that the role of this play was to give the message, because I agree with you, there isn't one. But I think the play represented the status quo as of today. Because people this meeting here and there is what the Copenhagen meeting was about. People will not agree. You don't think there's a message. I think there's some message. You don't think there's a solution, and there isn't a solution. So where are we going from here?
I think this is brilliant, what you're doing. I think it's really brilliant, because I think that there is a sense at which we go beyond the boundaries of what we're used to doing, and we're not used to sitting in a public space, you know, immediately discussing a show that we've just seen. But I think in this very thing that we're doing here, there is something about accountability. And I think that is important about stepping up to the mark, and we don't know what's happening and we don't quite know what to do, but actually between us, even just here, we can get a better sense of what the sense was, and it's a good thing to be doing. I think it's good. Well done.
Thank you. So I guess that was Talkaoke for tonight. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks very much.